Hello. It's Latios versus SigmundFraud. SigmundFraud. All right, good, decent. Yeah, let's do a thing here. So Latios, Zerg player up in the top left, not bothering to send the Overlord out to scout. SigmundFraud, Zerg player in the bottom right, also not bothering with an Overlord scout. Yeah, so, oh, here we go, finally. A lot of idle larvae here. No one knows why. Why wouldn't you be building a thing? No idea. So finally the Overlord starts up. That's really lit. Look, the Overlord has in fact finished on the other side of the map for SigmundFraud. SigmundFraud has, what, I don't know, like unspent larvae here. So this doesn't bode well, really, in any way, shape, or form. Zerg is, well, it's all about, like, most of StarCraft is about mining the money, spending the money. And if you've got idle larvae, you're not spending the money, simple as that. And I'm not sure why not. We're only a minute in. You don't have that much else to do. Anyway, the pull finishes up here for SigmundFraud. No pull yet from Latios. The Expo only half done too, so at a minute 50, not really sure what Latios has been doing. This is a really lit pull. Look, SigmundFraud's hatchery is actually going to finish up about the same time, slightly ahead even, but he's already got a spawn-in pool, so hard to see really how there can be a winner. Queen out for SigmundFraud, not bothering with anything with the Queen. No hatchery in check, no creep tumor either. So, playing Zerg, that is an important thing to do. Do build Queens, they're great. Use them to spread creep. Creep is great. It gives you vision. As soon as an enemy unit sets foot on creep, you know that it is there. Also speeds your units up. They move faster on creep than they do off creep. This is quite a lot of lings. So, army supply-wise, SigmundFraud is well out in front. Workers well behind. So, yeah, he does need to get something done with these lings. If he just kind of waits... Look, idle workers, man, killing me. If he just kind of waits, he's going to lose pretty hard. There's a Benling nest here, but there aren't any Benlings that I can see, which could be problematic. There aren't any lings even. So SigmundFraud egg clicks his units across the map right now. He wins the game. If he waits another minute, I would go so far as to say he almost certainly loses this game. There's a massive worker advantage for Latios. And now that Latios' lings are out too, yeah, he's going to be able to outproduce SigmundFraud pretty substantially. SigmundFraud with no saturation here worth talking about. And the third base of Latios is much faster too, as is the fourth. So, lings parked at home achieve nothing. It is now matched 38 lings to 38, 2 queens to 2 queens. So the only key difference here is that worker difference, and that is going to translate to an income difference, which is ultimately going to translate to an army difference. So I'd really like one of these players to actually do something. Zerg is generally, Zerg v Zerg is one of the fastest games in StarCraft. It tends to be filled with back and forth. Finally, Latios is going to move out. He's going to come into the third base here. And it looks like he's just going to get to snipe that for free. Oh, but dude. Yeah. I was going to say, make sure you do snipe it. But of course, he's just got enough lings to overwhelm. Because SigmundFraud can't keep up with production. Especially now that his base is short. So it's going to be a win. SigmundFraud, had you built a couple of Benlings, roughly 3 Benlings would have beaten all those lings, and this game might have gone differently. The Benling nest has been there parked for some time. If this hatch falls, which it has done, there isn't really anything now that SigmundFraud can do other than GG, which he has done. So a pretty uneventful Zerg v Zerg. GG.